I had an absolutely amazing time at my first pen show. And of course, I couldn't come home without a few new pens and inks and other things. But one thing I realized when I laid everything out is that I was actually pretty intentional with what I bought. Almost everything I chose gives me something that I didn't already have in my collection. So let me show you what I came home with. One of my absolute favorite finds of the entire show was this pen from Franklin-Christoph. I had seen Franklin-Christoph pens online before, but I had never seen anything quite like this one. The design immediately caught my attention because it almost looks like etched or cut glass. Depending on how you turn it and how the light hits those facets, it just completely changes the look of the pen. I love demonstrator style pens anyway, but this one feels really unique. And the pen itself wasn't the only reason I chose it. I also picked out one of Franklin-Christoph's extra fine Stub Italic gradient nibs. I don't have anything like this nib in my collection, so I'm really excited to see what kind of line variation I can get while still having something fine enough for my handwriting. My next pen is pretty much the opposite of that choice. I found this gorgeous sparkly pen from Red Branch Crafts, which is a small pen company that I discovered at the show. And I just have to mention that the owners were just the sweetest people to talk to. And for this pen, I did something I have never done before. I bought a broad nib. If you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know how unusual that is for me because I write tiny and usually gravitate toward extra fine and fine nibs. But look at this pen. It is absolutely full of sparkle. And I decided if I was going to have a pen this sparkly, I wanted to be able to put my shimmer and glitter inks in it without worrying about them struggling to flow through a really fine nib. And then we have the pen that I probably had the hardest time resisting, the Esterbrook and Sakura Dragon collaboration. It's purple and it's sparkly. I mean, what was I supposed to do? And once again, I chose something that I didn't already have, a needlepoint nib. Of course, once I had the Sakura Dragon pen, I couldn't leave without some of the coordinating inks. I picked up Sleepy Burgundy and Morning Skies, and I love how the colors coordinate with the whole Sakura Dragon collection. And then I picked up two more inks. The first is Lennon Toolbar Mango Ice Cream. This one is actually a scented ink, which is something different from anything else I have. And finally, I bought Dominant Industry Periwinkle Twinkle. I mean, the name alone is adorable, but it's also this beautiful sparkly periwinkle shade that I cannot wait to swatch. And that's the pen and ink portion of my DC Pen Show haul. I definitely came home with some beautiful things, but I love that each one also gives me something genuinely new to try. And I have a feeling that several of these are going to be getting their own videos, because I definitely want to test these nibs, swatch all of these inks, and see whether that broad nib can convince this extra fine nib girl that bigger really is better. And believe it or not, this isn't my entire pen show haul. I also came home with paper, stationery, and some gorgeous leather goods, so I'll be sharing those in another video very soon.